Super Elite Boxing News. We're excited tonight to be here in the studio with a very, very close, good, dear friend of mine, known as Ralph, the Corrector Murray. Murray, welcome to the show, my brother.
How are you, sir? Nice to be here.
Excellent, man. I'm excited to have you in the studio tonight.
Nice to be here.
The reason why we invited you down to the studio is because we're going to put actually a little twist on what we usually do. Our focus and main priority is boxing. That's what we focus on, that's what we market, that's what we do. But you're not a boxer.
No, I'm not.
You are a professional wrestler.
Yes, I am.
And with that said, you're scheduled to step into the ring May 16th, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Cardinal Sheen Center. You're going to be going up against J. Ice Picarillo.
The Iceman, yes, sir.
Now, your fight is being classified as a street fight.
Yes.
Tell us what that's all about.
Street fight basically is we're going to take everything out, including the kitchen sink, and we're going to hit you with it. Everything we got. Because I am the corrector. You know, we're going to take Ralph out. I am the corrector. I am a correctional officer. This is what I do. I'm going to bring my tools in the trade. There might be some nightsticks. There might be some handcuffs. There might be some leg shackles. There might be some belly chains. Who knows what we're going to use? There could be some locks. But the Iceman's talking his game up, talking about bringing the kitchen sink. We're going to see what happens. You know, the Iceman used to be a big man back in the day. You know, Mr. Connecticut, bodybuilding, powerlifting, I get that. I'm going to give him his respect, but it's not 85 anymore. This is 2015.
Now, it seems like there's some bad blood between you and J. Ice. And the reason why I say that, because I heard a little rumor that just recently he was at a public access channel doing a show, being interviewed. I'm not sure the nature of the reason why he was there, but I was told that you showed up on the scene and you disrupted the whole event. You started tearing up posters that are promoting the event, and you just basically pretty much like got in his face and told him what you were gonna bring to the table May 16th.
Jay Ice been out calling me a chooch. I think I know what that means in Italian. I know a little bit of Italian slang from being in the jail. I'm a melty Iceman, plain and simple. He's a big tub of goo. He's not that guy anymore, and I keep telling him that. He wants to make it seem like he's the savior of Bridgeport. We're doing a great thing. We're bringing wrestling back to the Cardinal Sheen Center. Let's talk about where it's at. The Cardinal Sheen Center. This used to be a pipeline and a hotbed of wrestling history back in the day. Bruno Sammartino won titles there. You know, there's a great man on the card we're going to mention later. I guarantee he's wrestled there and left his mark on that
You
area.
know, you just said mention later, but we got to mention it right now. You know, because when I hear the name, before I mention the name, it's someone that I used to be crazy about. I actually pretended that I was this professional wrestler.
There was many a time I drug my mattress out of my bedroom and jumped off top of that shed, and I wanted to be that guy. So go ahead and say his name.
So
say his name.
the main event on May 16th is going to be no other than Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. When I was told that Superfly was going to be the main event, I said, you got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe it. Because, you know, I've been a fan of his since I was a kid. And seeing that, you know, I'm already up there in age, and hearing that he's still around, still stepping in the ring, still performing, still, you know, basically putting his physical body at risk in a ring is mind-boggling.
You know, Jimmy Snuka just turned 72 now. So let's put it in perspective. Jimmy Snuka 72. Hulk Hogan's 60. Triple H is 45. I'm 45. So, and he's in a lot better shape than I am, so let's not get it mixed up right now. But if you put it into that type of perspective, that Jimmy Snuka's been wrestling as long as I've been alive, and he still has the heart and the soul and the passion and the will to do it, it just says volumes on what this event is gonna bring, should bring, will bring, you know, and it takes me back now. It's gonna take a full circle back. There's my mentor, the Punisher. You know, he's on this card too. He's fighting Tony Myers and Justin Credible in a steel cage match. He's in a three-way steel cage match, which is one of the main co-main events that night. That's huge. The Punisher is another one of those guys up and down the roads for the old school days, and knows Jimmy Snuka very well. Knows all the old guys, and he's brought me into this little society, and he's helped me learn and taught me, and that's why it's like I have to go out And you know, Jay wants a street fight. He wants it blood and guts. He wants it knuckled up. We're gonna knuckle up. You know, talk about this Bridgeport and only the strong survive. He's got these shirts. Let's really put it down to brass tacks. He makes ice cream. You know, it's Michelese's. It's good ice cream. I can't say that, but you should stay making ice cream. Stay making ice cream.
I had his ice cream. His ice cream's pretty good.
His ice cream is good. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not, but you're an ice cream guy. You're not the ice man anymore. You're not.
Well, you know, we were talking about Jimmy Snuka. The guy's a legend. I actually seen him perform and fight at the New Haven Coliseum when wrestling was always being brought down into the Elm City.
Yes.
You know, I think that the promoters that are bringing this event to the city of Bridgeport is a great thing for the city. I think that, you know, we have boxing going on, now we have wrestling.
Yes.
I mean, you know, events like this are a good thing for the city.
Yes.
Do you agree?
They are, because, you know, it's like, you know, you in the boxing, you know, boxing's at casinos. It's up to Foxwoods, it's up to Mohegan. You know, same with MMA, you know, and it's going to cross over because now you got Brock Lesnar who came back, just recently signed. So you got guys in the MMA that are coming back into wrestling and vice versa. They're guys that are branching out. So, and you're going to put it in a venue where the tickets are reasonably priced. You know, it's not $100 for a ticket. You know, cheap, shameless plug right now. $20 for a ringside seat, $15 for a general admission. You know, ECPW is the promotion that we wrestle for. It's a great promotion, starched in tradition. Its owner wrestled for the WWF, WWE, and WCW. The man knows his business. Gino Caruso, he's a great guy. And so the tickets are reasonably priced. Bring out the kids. Let them see a little bit of wrestling history. Let them see what the young guys that are up and coming, that are trying to be something, do something.
Absolutely.
I got into this on a goof. It's gone on for a few years, and I'm going to keep doing it until my body can't take it anymore. But you look at these young guys that are coming up, you know, 22, 23, 24. It's like, this is what, just like with you and your boxing, you had Josh Crestwell last week.
Yes.
Awesome interview. Dude looks like he's going to be a rock star. You know, it's the same thing with these young guys that are wrestling. It's the same animal. So, you know, it's going to be a great night. You know, it's going to be a great, great night.
That's excellent. I truly believe it's going to be a great night, and I definitely will be there that night. And, you know, for those who are interested in getting tickets, you can get your tickets at, actually, Jay Ice's place of establishment.
Yes, Jay Ice is selling them Michelese's. You can go right over there if you want to get tickets.
You could go to Daybreak Donuts, Madison Avenue in Bridgeport. You could go to Maddie's Corner, which is in Fairfield, even Trumbull. It says here on Monroe Turnpike, the Edge Fitness Club is also carrying tickets for the event. So,
yes,
you know, there's many outlets where you can go and get your tickets. The tickets are reasonably priced.
Yes, and you can get them at the door. If you can't get to spots that Jason's already mentioned, you can get those tickets at the door.
Absolutely. And not to mention, you have a great lineup of fighters. I mean, you have a casket match with Iron Eagle versus Timothy Plasma.
Yes, Iron Eagle, local guy from around here. Timothy Plasma, a little creepy. You know, I've locked it up with him a couple times in our over-the-top battle royals. Man can hit. He's got a little bit of creep on him, but he can do his job. So that's gonna be a good match right there. This is the old rubber match, so to say. So these two have been looking to get each other for a minute.
Junior Flow versus Kenny Bangle.
Kenny Bangle, great guy. Junior Flow, he is quick. Kenny Bangle's been at it for a minute. Tall, good kid. It's gonna be another one of those good matches you want to see.
Obani and Wiku versus Dan, the Man, and Bad News Olinger.
No, Bad News Dillinger. Bad News Dillinger. Wicked and Obani.
Looks like an O to me.
Yeah, it's Wicked and Obani versus Bad News Dillinger and Dan the Man. I actually, the last match we had up here in Bridgeport, we wrestled at the Greek Orthodox Church over by Sacred Heart University, and I was in a tag match with Crazy Ivan against Dan the Man and Bad News Dillinger, and those two men, they can wrestle. Bad News Dillinger's a big man. He picked my big behind up, slammed me. I'm 270, and he picked me up like a rag doll. But Crazy Ivan and I, we did win that match. We got the job done. So, but that's going to be a good match. You got a couple of high flyers there against a couple of strong finesse guys. So it's going to be one of those things.
Excellent. So, stepping in the ring, May 16th. again, like I indicated earlier, Jay Ice. What can the fans, and I know you already mentioned a little bit of what they can expect, but what's your mindset going into this fight? What can fans expect out of the Corrector?
Fans can expect punishment. Fans can expect pain. My business is pain, and business has been very good lately. And, you know, I got some tricks coming, got some stuff coming in the mail, you know, a few little gadgets and gizmos we're gonna bring out, but Jay Ice, you know, and I'm gonna speak to Jay Ice directly. I don't know if he watches Super Elite Boxing News. He should. He should watch Super Elite Boxing News, but on Jay Ice, believe me when I say to you that May 16th is not going to be your ordinary walk in the park. It's not going to be pushing your ice cream cart and hawking your wares. You are going to be in for a rough and tumble and long match. Believe that.
Excellent. With that said, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back momentarily. You with me?
Stay around.
Come back in a minute.
Check it out.
Hartford Boxing Center, in association with Dressler Law, presents the 2015 Hartford Boxing Championship, Saturday, May 16th at Belizzi Middle School, Hartford. Doors open at 5 and action starts at 6. Sanctioned by USA Boxing. $20 tickets benefit Hartford Boxing Center. Kids under 10 free. Live music, raffles, food, and rumble at the gym. Ticket info at hartfordboxingcenter.com. About subject to change.
Welcome back to Super Elite Boxing News. We're excited to have no other than my friend, my brother, my buddy, Ralph the Corrector Murray, professional wrestler, scheduled to fight May 16th at the Cardinal Sheen Center.
Yes, sir.
Now, a couple of minutes ago, Ralph, before we took our break, we were talking about your opponent.
Yes.
Jay Ice.
Jay Ice.
You stated what you were planning to bring to the table.
Yes.
And you also encouraged Jay Ice to watch SEBN, Super Elite Boxing News.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, before we conclude with our interview,
Yes.
a couple of questions I have to ask you.
Yes.
First one is, what do you think about the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight that took place this past Saturday, May 2nd?
I didn't realize they allowed bicycles in boxing matches, and Mayweather was quickly running on that bike. I did not like it. I thought Pacquiao gave him the business. Again, that's my opinion. I don't think it should have went that way, but you know, I'm glad I didn't pay the $100 to see it. I'm glad I walked into a bar and paid 10. But you know, I thought Pacquiao had a little bit on him.
Excellent. Why do you wrestle?
Because I love it. I'm a big kid. Like we said earlier, I can remember being 10, 11 years old. And I grew up in Pennsylvania, which again was a big hotbed for, you know, wrestling. You know, we used to go to the CYC, the Catholic Youth Center in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and see, you know, Bob Backlund and Jimmy Snuka and you know, Bruno San Martino and all those guys wrestle when we were kids. And like I said, you know, I grew up and we had a shed. I drug my mattress out of the shed and, you know, would come off and hit my little brother, you know, with the splash. You know, throw the I love yous up in the air, hit him with the splash. I just love it. I'm a big kid, you know, and you know, you get to live out your dream. You know, you only live out your dream once. And I got to start living out my dream at 43. I'm 45, like I said, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I just love it. It's fun, and you know, there's a lot of history behind it.
Do you have an amateur background?
Yeah. I wrestled in high school. Wasn't very good. I was just a big kid, so a lot of matches I won by forfeit. But after high school, I stopped wrestling, but I never stopped being a fan.
Excellent. Now, do you do it for the glory or the money?
I do it for the passion.
Okay.
It's very cool when, you know, a little kid wants to come up and ask you for your autograph and you sign it. I don't discuss money. It takes, we get paid. That's all I'm gonna say, to keep it fair. I'm not Mayweather walking around with a bag of millions in my backpack, so we're just
100 million?
I'm just gonna leave that alone right there. But I do it because I love it. I do it because I have a passion for it. Like, I'm gonna leave here and I'm gonna go home and watch Raw. You know, it's Monday night.
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw is on at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on the USA Network.
Okay.
Cheap shameless plug for them. But I'm gonna go home and watch wrestling. Drives my wife crazy because I'm a 45-year-old man. But if that's the worst thing I do in the world, watch wrestling, and so be it.
Do you ever find yourself at home practicing your techniques and your moves on your wife?
No, because she'll punch me in the throat. I tried once. She said she didn't like it, so we don't do it.
How much time do you spend a week sparring, if it's called sparring in wrestling, and practicing?
I work a lot on my wins because I don't have a set gym I can go to, so I run. I mean, it doesn't look like it because I'm a bigger guy, but I just run so you don't gas out, so you don't blow yourself up. You want to make sure you have that gas to get through that match. All the other stuff will come on.
Now, May 16th, you're scheduled to fight how many rounds?
It's gonna be it's not rounds in wrestling. It's just the match. And that match can go anywhere from 5 minutes to 35 minutes. It depends on where the street fight ends and where we wind it up and where we decide to end it all. But
okay. So you can tell how much about wrestling I know.
And you know what? That's fine, because you know what? You're good enough to bring me in here, and I appreciate that. And you know, I'm not the greatest boxing guy in the world. I mean, I do like it. I do enjoy it. But no, we don't wrestle rounds. We wrestle times, and then we're gonna see how long it lasts. You know, but I'm hoping that, you know, it's a street fight.
Excellent.
We're gonna make it work. And we're gonna make J.I. suffer a little bit.
Excellent, excellent. And you know, I brought you in, first of all, because I personally know you. You're a good friend of mine.
Yes.
I also brought you in because this event is taking place in my hometown, my city,
yes,
where I was born and raised, in the city of Bridgeport.
Yes.
I also brought you in, you know, to promote the event.
Yes.
You know, I want to see people, residents, people from the city of Bridgeport, not only from the city of Bridgeport, but statewide, throughout the state of Connecticut, you know, to come out and show the support. You know, this is an interesting event. It's going to be an interesting night.
Yes.
And, you know, I really wanted to play a small little part by just promoting it, bringing you onto the show, talking about what's going on, talking about what's expected to come, letting, you know, the general public know that May 16th, you know, there's going to be fire in Bridgeport.
There's going to be fire in Bridgeport, you know, and then that fire is going to melt the Iceman. Thank you for the cheap segue. I appreciate that. But yes, come on out, Bridgeport, please. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a fun night. You're going to see some wrestling royalty at this event. You know, that's all it is. It's a Hall of Famer. It's wrestling royalty. You're going to see some high flyers. You're going to be some heavy hitters. You're going to see some ground and pound. You're going to see an Iceman. You're going to see a Corrector. You know, you're going to see a Vampire. It's going to be all good fun. It's going to be all good. Bridgeport, come on out. The Cardinal Sheen Center, May 16th, 7:30. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Excellent. Corrector, my brother Ralph Murray, I thank you for coming to the show.
Jason Rodriguez,
It's been
my
a privilege. It's been an honor.
I appreciate you.
You know, again, just want to encourage everyone that's watching the show right now. You know what? Share it after you watch it. Pass it on to the next person. Listen, for more information, call 973-402-9599. Okay? For tickets, you know, for card information, call that number. You can visit what's his name? The name of the store?
Micheleze's.
Micheleze's.
I hate to give him the cheap plug, but you go to Micheleze's Ice right there in Bridgeport. He's gonna have tickets. He's gonna be able to give you all the information. ECPW1.com is the promotion. Go to them if you need anything from them. And all I'm gonna say is this: when I want my boxing news, now that I'm getting back into my boxing, I go to SEBN. This is the Corrector with J-Rod. Can you dig that? It's J-Rod asking me into his house. Check it out, May 16th, Sheen Center. Be there.
Make sure you're there. I'll be there. You'll be there.
I'll be there.
Jimmy Superfly Snooker will be there.
Yes, he will, sir.
We'll see how strong Bridgeport represents. Again, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to Super Elite Boxing News. Good night and God bless.